Elliot, what's going on, bro? Man, I don't think I seen, man, I ain't talked to you since InvestFest 2022, brother. How you feeling? How things been going for you since InvestFest, brother? It's good to hear, bro. Good to hear, man. Like, I think when we talk, I was doing something completely different. I was down there trying to learn stock market, all these different things, man. Life took me a completely different route, brother. But a great route, nonetheless, man. Numerology, heavy reading. I swear. Man, I was trying to learn how to do stocks, but man, it took me to a completely different route, man, where it just numerology, man. I started 19 Keys with him and Lloyd Strayhorn, and man, it just yeah. But man, what I came on here to talk, yeah, options, bro. I was doing decent on the options too, but I think what happened, right? I think the universe be trying to tell you, hey, you good at this, but you still want it for the wrong reasons. And I think that was kind of like, you know what I'm saying? My account started getting killed. And so I think it was just showing me like, man, the universe was like, bro, like you want this and you good at it, but you want it for the wrong reasons. So now I got to take it from you. You still want it for the wrong reasons. So last year, man, definitely put me in a place where I had to do a lot of inner work. Wanting stuff for the right, wanting stuff for the right reason. I was, I was just, I was thinking about all the material things. I was thinking about the cars. I was thinking about the money. Of course, I still wanted to build. Of course, I still wanted to build something for myself. Right. But I was still wanting for the reason. I was still wanting for the wrong reason. So last year, man, it made me, it took a lot away from me. But I needed that. I needed to be stripped of everything. I needed to be stripped of everything that I had or I thought I wanted. Right. Everything that I thought I wanted, I needed to be stripped of that. Like, man, that's what they say, man. The universe got something waiting for you. Got the money waiting for you. Got everything that you want waiting for you. But when you're not the person that's supposed to have those things, it ain't gonna come to you. What's up, family? Grand shining. Yeah, but when you want something and you're not the person that's supposed to have those things, it's not gonna come to you. And that's what it was definitely telling me last year. It's like, man, bro, I know you want the money. I know you want, the real estate. You want to build your legacy, all this, but I need you to want it for the right reasons. And when you start dedicating that work, doing the inner work, you're going to see. And it's been a huge change. The things I wanted a couple years ago are nowhere in alignment with the things that I want now. So I knew it, So when I was out there trading stocks, I needed to have my account beat up. Because had I got that money, I was going to use it for the wrong purpose. The money I'm going to get now, it has a different purpose attached to it. So, man. But man, it's just, man. But it does, and now this does have a, coincide with what I'm trying to talk to about today, right? The power of the number 22. The number 22, that's the number of the master builder. Being able to build a foundation, right? And when I talk about last year, I had to build a better foundation for myself, right? My foundation was on bullshit. My foundation was built off of wanting what other people had. My foundation was built off of, insecurity, low self-esteem, low confidence. I had to work on that. Had I not worked on that, you know what I'm saying, I would have got everything and started building, and that foundation would have crumbled. So that stuff I wanted at that time, it wasn't for me to have. It would have got taken away from me. I would have thought I had the world in my hand, and then it would have got stripped away from me. And I don't know if I would have been mentally and emotionally able to handle that. So those are the parts I had to work on. I had to work on this. I had to work on this. I had to work on my soul. I had to work on returning to who I am. But the power of the number 22. The number 22. Day is January 22nd. The 22. People that are born on the 22nd of the month, they possess a lot of power. They possess a lot of power. They have the gift to build in a material. They have a gift to build in the material world. Like, you'll see a lot of athletes have this number. People that have my grandfather, right? He was born on June 22nd. My little sister born on my sister's birthday is today, and I got a little cousin that has a birthday today as well. People that's born on the 22nd, they are the master builders. They have the ability to build things on a large scale. But with great gifts, with great strength comes great responsibility. And I'm going to share this with y'all, right? They have to go through some strong people that are born on the 22nd or a life path 22. They have to have mental strength. Their faith is going to get tested. People that's born a self-centered, talking about the power of the number 22. People that are born on the 22nd of the month, their mental strength is going to get tested. Their faith is going to get tested, right? And I use an example. My grandfather, born on June 22nd. He was 1990. Actually, when he took me into his custody, became my guardian when I was 3 years old. He became pastor. He became pastor of the church. I know his faith was tested. So, and the reason his faith, and this is just one way his faith was tested, right? So inside my household that I grew up in, I had 2 uncles and my father, right? All of them in and out of jail, and drug addictions. All those things that he had to do, those things he had to do that, right? Those things he had to deal with. I couldn't imagine, right, as a father, of getting a call that your son has been arrested. Your son is in jail. I couldn't imagine how he must have felt finding out that his sons were on drugs. Like coming home from church one day and finding your VCR stolen. One of your sons done took your VCR that you worked hard to buy. After you just came from church. After you just preached a sermon, you come home and there's shit missing from your household. What does that do to you mentally? How does that test your faith? You out here like, I'm out here doing God's work. I'm preaching the Bible. I'm out here trying to heal people. I'm out here trying to show them a better way of life. And you come home and you have to deal with those things. How does that not test your faith? What type of mental strength? And then to be over 50, 60 years old, and now you done took in me at 3 years old. You've retired. You retired from your job. But now you got to continue working. People that are born on the 22nd, they have to work hard. They have to be disciplined. They have to be honest. A lot of people rely on them. I remember the things that he had to do to, how he looked out for his sisters. Always taking care of his sisters. His brother, one of his brothers had died. His other brother was living in Alabama for a while, you know what I'm saying, before he died, because my grandfather's from Alabama. So taking you up here with all this responsibility, you got five kids of your own. You got 5 kids of your own. You helping raising me, and also helping raising 2 of your granddaughters as well. Taking care of the family, helping your sisters out, making sure they good. Dealing with all of this. And still, and your faith is in, you know what I'm saying, and still trying to keep your faith, still trying to preach the word. Like, that's a lot of mental fortitude. That's a lot of mental strength. But that's the battles that people that are born on the 22nd of any month or the life path 22, those are the type of things they have to go through. They will be tested. But it's for great reason though. They are building a major foundation. Even if it may not look like it, they are building a major foundation. I look back over I can even look at my own life, right? I can even look at my own life. All the things. My grandfather was my best friend. He took me to the basketball camps, to the Boys and Girls Clubs. He made sure, he did his absolute best to make sure I didn't turn out like, my pops and my uncles. He made sure I was taken care of. And see, sometimes we don't understand where that foundation is being built. Right? Think about the people that are born on the 22nd, you know what I'm saying, that you may know. Think about how hard they have to work. It may not look like it to you, but they're building a foundation. I didn't understand what that was. I'm like, when I first got started in numerology, I'm like, man, my grandfather was born on the 22nd. He was a preacher, you know what I'm saying? But, and like, again, people that are born on the 22nd, they're able to attain in the material world than a lot of people. They can manifest that easily. So I was looking at it. I'm like, man, but we struggled. We was in poverty. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have my own room until I was like 16 years old. People coming in and out the house all the time. So I was looking. I'm like my grandfather, my best friend. I stuck to his side. Everywhere he went, I went. Son, I'm about to go to the grocery store. You want to come? Yes. I'm about to go over here and see my sisters. You want to come? Yes. So I look back and I'm like, shit. I'm part of that major foundation that he was building. Right? I think about, I had dated somebody born on the 22nd of the month. She works she was born in August 22nd. I think about how hard she has to work, being a single mother. The father is not around. How hard she goes for her son. The things, making sure that he stays in all these different athletic programs, all these different, you know what I'm saying? I think about how hard she just works to make sure that he's good. How she has to look after her parents. People get tested on the 22nd, people get tested mentally. But it is not in vain. It is not in vain. It may not look like it and it may not seem like it, but they are building a major foundation. What she's doing for her son, the foundation that she's building for her son, for what he's going to do in his life. And every time, and this is the thing, every time I get ready to go talk on live, right? Every time I get ready to go talk on live, every time I get ready to do a video, to speak or whatever, I channel my grandfather. I saw my grandfather since my grandfather became pastor in 1990, and he retired in 2000. I want to say around 2014, 15 is when he retired. I saw him do hundreds of sermons. I saw him speak in front of strangers with passion. He spoke his truth. He spoke about what he believed in. He didn't care what other people thought. He did that, straight from the heart. Even with his faith constantly being tested inside of his own home. Hell, the church was in Inglewood. You from Chicago, you know Inglewood. 6201 South Laughlin. 6201 South Laughlin, Inglewood. Gangs, drugs all around. You see that every day every time you go to that church, you see that. By the end of my grandfather's retirement, them same people was making sure, because my grandfather got older, they was making sure that he got into the church safely, that was making sure he got into his car safely, right? And my grandfather was very giving. He was very giving. I don't know how many times we had something at a church, right? I remember one time we had a fish fry at the church on a Saturday. We invited people from the neighborhood to come eat. He did that, right? People that needed a meal, boom, come and get that. Nothing. At the end of the day, somebody came in this church and stole our drum set. Imagine you just doing all that good for the neighborhood, trying to uplift others and trying to help people, giving back to the community, and that same community come in and take a drum set. And it wasn't like we can just go get a new one like that. That church wasn't bringing in money like that. It wasn't no mega church. Look how his faith was tested. And he stayed resilient through it all. See, one thing about my grandfather, he's passed on, is that I'm sure he understands how much I appreciate everything he did at his age, how much he sacrificed, right? Because people they have to sacrifice a lot. I'm sure he understands. I appreciate that, but like these realizations that I'm having now, I didn't have when he was alive. I wish it was conversations that I could have with my man, Granddaddy. What did you do when your faith was tested? What did you do when you were starting to make that transition to be a minister and all your friends wanted you to stay in the bars, wanted you to keep drinking, wanted you to keep, going down the wrong path? What type of decisions were you facing then? How was you tested? What did you do to make sure that you didn't go back down the wrong route or path? But again, when it's time for me to go to work, I channel my grandfather's energy. I can pull from that. I stay close to his side. Anytime I need to speak, anytime I need to voice myself, anytime I need to come on live, post a video, I channel him. Because he was going to speak his truth regardless. You can tell him he wrong all day. He ain't going to back down. My grandfather wasn't no punk. My grandfather wasn't no punk. Ask my daddy. My daddy done got laid out by my grandfather. He got laid out. But that's the people of power to number 22. They are physically strong. They have to endure a lot, physically and mentally. But when you're talking about, right? But now my grandfather, he took that route. He took his route. I want to talk about somebody else born on the 22nd, actually on the same day as my grandfather. Do y'all know John Dillinger? Right? John Dillinger, if you saw the movie, Johnny Depp played him in. Johnny Depp played John Dillinger in Public Enemy, right? If y'all saw the movie Public Enemies, if you haven't, check it out. I think it's on Netflix or something like that. Public Enemies. John Dillinger. My grandfather was born on June 22nd, 1930. John Dillinger, June 22nd, 1903. When you add up all the numbers together, it's the same. They had the same life path. The same life path, which is the number 5. They were both life path 5s. So my grandfather took the route and became a minister. John Dillinger, he took the route and he became, I don't want to give him the term genius, but he was a criminal mastermind. People that are born on the 22nd are great when it comes to planning. They are great when it comes to organizing. But you have to make sure that you use your power for the good. John Dillinger left here at an early age. I forgot the age that he left. I forgot the age that he left, but he left here at an early age. But you see the route that he took. Great power comes with great responsibility. You used all your gifts for the wrong reason. You shot, killed people, robbed banks. Now, great. Now, that was a good part to him because they said he never took the people's money. He only took the bank's money if you watch the movie Public Enemy. But know that when you got when you have that 22 in you, right? When you're a life path 22, hell, this can even be if you got double B's in your name, double K's in your name. I don't really know who got double K's in their name. Or maybe leaving double R's. But also, sometimes it be throwing me off. BK broker. Anyway, those are the things that are happening. You possess, with that number 22, you possess a lot of power, but you have to use it for the right reasons. You're going to get tested regardless. But you are gifted with the ability to plan. You are gifted with the ability to build to build a major foundation. You can build stability and security for a lot of people around you on a major level. People are given those master numbers for a reason. They have that master number energy for a reason. It's nothing that you can't handle. It's going to be tough. Now, when I talk about the day of the number 22, right? Today is the 22nd. Today is a day that we have to build a major foundation. Today is the day to build major foundations, right? If you know somebody born on the 22nd, channel their energy today. Channel their energy because that's that number 22 energy. Understand what you start today, anything that you start today is going to help you. It's going to be about building a major foundation. Today is not about quick rewards. It's not about quick opportunities. It's not about taking a shortcut. Today is about doing the hard work, building that strong foundation for yourself. Now, when I talk about a strong foundation for yourself, right? It's four corners to a foundation. So mentally, having a strong, foundation mentally, having a strong foundation physically, right? We got to take care of our health. You have to take care of your health. A strong foundation spiritually. That's most key. Having your connection with the source, having your connection with the Most High, with God, the Creator, that's the most important. So you have to make sure that you have a foundation there, a strong foundation. And if it's not strong, then you need to heal those parts of yourself. And then last is the material foundation, the financial foundation. Right? You have to have a good foundation when it comes to making money. This includes wanting to make money for the right reasons. This includes wanting to make money for the right reasons, making money in the right way, having good beliefs around money. A lot of us feel that came from poverty backgrounds, we feel like, some of us look at money in a bad way. We think, only greedy people have money. Rich and wealthy people, they're evil. Sometimes we need to revisit our beliefs around money. Money is not bad. Money is an exchange of energy. Money is an exchange of energy. This is what it is. You made this product, right? And so now I'm going to give you this money to pay you for your energy, for putting your time into making that product, for providing a service. You have to, a lot of people, especially this year, we have to revisit those beliefs and see where that foundation has cracks in it. And all four of those corners. Again, sometimes we want things. We want money. We want the house. We want the cars. We want to travel. We want to do all these things. But yet you don't have the foundation and you're not the person that's supposed to have those things. The person that you are might not be the person that's supposed to have those things. You have to start transforming into the person that's supposed to have those things. Take a look inside your circles, because that's another thing about the number 22. People born on the 22nd, they have to be very mindful of the company they keep. If you have deceptive people around you, it's a good chance that you will become a deceptive person. Again, going back to John Dillinger. He had a rough start to life. But he kept criminals around him. So what did he keep doing? Being a criminal. My grandfather had to change his life around. He was in church. He'd be at home 1 o'clock in the morning, studying the Bible. For the first, I don't know how many years, probably till I was 9 to 10, I used to sleep in the room with my grandfather. He'd be at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. He had the little magnifying glass with the light on it, and he'd be reading the Bible, up praying. That's the will and determination that the people that have that number 22 have. They possess that. That's natural to them. Even if they don't know it and understand it, they have it. So with today, we all need to pull from that. We need to pull from that energy, that number 22 energy, that master builder energy. Those rewards might not come quick. Those opportunities may not come quick. There are probably going to be some restrictions. We have to be disciplined. There will be sacrifices. But understand that something greater is being built. And as long as you want it for the right reasons, as long as it aligns with who you are, your soul, your heart, you have the right intention behind it, those things will come into fruition. But it's going to take hard work. It's going to take some planning. It's going to take for you to get structured. It's going to take you getting organized, right? Because that's what a building is, right? You start with the foundation, then you build the structure of the building, right? Then you can then you start throwing in the drywall, the windows, all of that. But it starts with the foundation first. Sometimes we want to get to sometimes we want to go from A to Z, but we ain't even went to step B and C yet. And sometimes our starting point A, is not the best. We can't move on we can't go from A to B if A is all fucked up. You're going to have to heal those parts that A first. The beginning, you got to heal. You got to go back to the beginning and see the parts of your foundation that have cracks in it. And a lot of us don't even know. I didn't know that on my journey, I didn't understand that I had parts of myself from my past that I had to heal like that. Right? I didn't know that. I didn't understand how me not having my father around, me not having my mom around, I didn't understand how that was going to affect my foundation. How that affected my confidence. How that affected my belief in myself. How that affected how I view myself. How that affected my love. How that affected the love for myself. So it took time for me to it's taken time for me to go back and start to heal those parts of me. And I'll tell you this. If you're still mad at your parents, for not being there, understand is that they were in a tough position, and they did what they thought was best. Even if we didn't feel that we thought it was the best, they did what they thought was best. And I didn't understand that. My mom died in a drug overdose in 2019. I didn't understand that. She made a comment to me one day. She was like, Lil Raymond gonna have to understand I did what I thought was best, whether he liked it or not. And I didn't understand that then because my heart was still filled with so much anger and resentment. When she died, I was still carrying that. I still had to deal with that. 2023 made me go revisit that and made me go heal those parts of myself. It said, universe was like, hey, bro, look, you trying to bring in a lot of shit, but you got a lot of stuff that you carrying that you shouldn't be carrying no more. You still carrying all this hurt and this anger, and you trying to bring in this wealth. A wealthy person ain't carrying that. A person that's gonna do right with their money, they not carrying that anger. You still carrying that anger. You gonna try to, and you still insecure, right? You still judging yourself. You gonna take that money and do the wrong shit with it. All you gonna do is try to use that money to fill voids. buying material shit just to fill voids. So 2023, I had to be stripped of everything so that I could go ahead and become the person I need to become. So that way, when that money do start coming in, I know that I'm going to do the right things with it. I ain't about to go buy shit to impress other people. I'm gonna invest my money. Right? I'm gonna make sure that that money has a purpose. That money is gonna go towards helping people. I don't need money. I like shit. But I only need money to pay my bills and to buy shit. I am fulfilled inside. I am at peace inside. But it's because I healed those parts of me that needed to be healed. I'm not mad at my father anymore. I'm not angry at him. I'm not angry with him anymore. I had to start leading with compassion and love and understanding. I had to understand that my father got to a tough point in his life where he didn't know how to ask for help. And so he turned to the streets. He turned to what he knew. He turned to his friends. He turned to drugs. He turned to being, you know what I'm saying, to just trying. He was just asking for it. He just wanted attention and didn't know how to ask for help. He didn't understand the path that my grandfather was taking by going in to be a minister. All he saw was that his father was being taken away from him. But, man, I say that to say this, man. Understand, man, I get it. It can be tough, especially on days like today. It can be tough. It can be emotional. It can be mentally draining. It can be exhausting, overwhelming. Right? But understand that the work that you are doing, the hard work that you're doing, all the sacrifices that you have to make, is building the foundation for yourself. It's building the foundation for your loved ones, for your family. My grandfather stayed working until 2014 to 2015. He was still working. And then you know what? He died a year later in 2016. He worked for a big portion of his life. How can your faith not be tested when you see all these other people in life? You looking on TV, you see all these people prospering, living life, enjoying life, and you busting your butt every day, doing God's work, and the things that are going on inside your own home. And he kept his faith. I'm sure it was tested. And I wish I could have had that conversation with him. But I know it was tested. But to the day I saw my grandfather take his last breath, he never questioned it. He knew what he was supposed to be doing. I'm sure he was proud of the work he did. I'm proud. I admire my grandfather a lot. And now I look inside of my family, right? Again, one of my sisters, her birthday is today, born on the 22nd. My little cousin, she's born on the 22nd. If there's somebody I'm missing else that I know, my bad. But people that are born on the 22nd, they have a great gift. They have great power. They can manifest. But they have to keep their minds clear. With today, keep your mind, take care of your mental today. That's going to be important. Take care of your mental health today. Any day that is as the number 22, take care of your mental health. Because days like today can be mentally draining. It can be overwhelming, especially if your birthday adds up to, if you're born on the 4th, the 13th, the 22nd, or the 31st, that holds double true for you. That's double for you. Pay attention to yourself. Take time for self-care. Everything ain't about work. You have to have balance. You have to have balance in those 4 different areas. You have to have balance spiritually, mentally, physically, materially, hell, even emotionally, right? Let's add that one in there too. There has to be balance, right? And and again, going back to the foundation, what happens if one of those things are out of balance? If the foundation is out of balance, that building gonna start to tip over. The building is gonna start to tip over. Look at the pyramids, man. Look at the foundation of the pyramids. When you're talking about building a foundation for yourself, think of a pyramid. Pyramids have been standing for thousands of years, and nobody can replicate it. So when you're building these foundations, when you're working hard, just understanding that you're building a pyramid. So today, plan, get organized, get structured, work hard. Today, it may come with some restrictions. It may come with some sacrifices, but understand though, right? But understand that you're building something special. If you're starting a project today, it's all about foundation. Don't worry about perfection. Don't worry about none of that. It's all about foundation. If you're building, whatever you are starting today is about foundation. Don't worry about the results. Make sure things are in order. Make sure that there is balance. You have to work hard. There's no getting around that. No matter what you do in life, it's going to take hard work. I don't care how talented you are, how gifted you are. You will be tested. Some moments you have to be resilient. But you got to make sure that you're taking care of all parts of you. Spiritually, make sure you're meditating, you're praying, right? You taking that time to be with yourself, to go within. Making sure you're taking care of your health physically, right? Working out, eating foods that give you life, that nourish you. Mentally, setting boundaries. Sometimes all we need to do is set boundaries with people. Like, look, man, I know you want my help right now. I know you want me to do all this extra work to help you, but I got to take care of myself. Boundary. I can't help you today. Give me a week or so. I got you. Give me a few days. I got you. And materially, right? We all like shit. But you got to make sure that you want it for the right reasons. You have to make sure that it aligns with who you are. If you got deceptive people around you, if you got people that, are deceitful, that don't have your best interest, it's a good chance you may want things for the wrong reasons. And people understand that. People that are born on the 22nd, you have to watch the company you keep. They understand your power. People see your power. They see your ability to plan. They see your ability to organize. And they may want you to organize the wrong shit. So you have to make sure that you're being mindful of who you're keeping around you. So again, today, whatever y'all doing, whatever y'all working on, whatever y'all building, understanding that you're building a strong foundation for yourself. Right? That foundation, you gotta have balance with yourself mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. You gotta have balance with yourself materially. You gotta want shit for the right reasons. I wanted shit for the wrong reasons. I wanted all this money, the wealth. I I wanted the cars to impress other people. I wanted to invest in real estate just so I can have money. And it ain't about that. It's about securing your legacy. That's what the number 22 is about. Building a foundation for your legacy. This is the 8th year. The 8th year is the number of legacy. So know with that work that you're putting in today, you're building a foundation for your legacy. Don't bullshit you. Don't bullshit the people behind you. Don't bullshit the generations to come behind you. My grandfather, he didn't shortcome. He didn't shortchange me. My grandfather didn't shortchange me. He put a lot on his back. Never questioned it. Never asked God, why me? He said, God, why not me? I can handle this shit. Give me some more. My grandfather took on all that work willingly to raise me to the things that was going on in his family. So know that today, channel that master builder energy. Channel that energy of building something, knowing that you're building something for your family. It's going to take hard work. It's going to take hard work. It's going to be restrictions. It's going to take sacrifices. But know that what you're doing today, the energy that is around you today, you have that energy to build something spectacular. You have that energy to build something of everlasting value. But it's going to take planning. You're going to have to get organized. You're going to have to get structured. Again, you got the foundation of a building. What goes up after the foundation? The walls go up. The organization, the structure. Don't worry about the windows right now. Don't worry about what type of carpet and what type of floors and what type of ceilings, what type of appliances you want that you want. That ain't important right now. Foundation is important today. Foundation is important right now at this moment. And it's got to have balance. Because if it don't have balance, you got cracks in that foundation, you get to building this big old building for yourself, you getting all this money, and in that foundation choppy, that fucking building gonna fall right the fuck over. It's gonna fall right the fuck over. And you're not gonna know how to handle it when everything is taken and stripped from you. So, that is my message today. And look, it's 10:22. 10:22. Stop playing, man. It's 10:22 right now. Stop playing. Get organized. Go within. Fix those cracks in your foundation. Fix those cracks in your foundation. A lot of people need to heal from a lot of shit. Childhood. Bad relationships. Motherfuckers coming at you sideways. Talking shit about you. Right? And I'm going to share one more thing. A lot of us don't understand like the shit that happened in our childhoods and how it carries with us today. I remember in middle school, right? Your boy had bad breath. I had really bad breath. I had bad breath, but it was because of my habits though, right? I was halfway ass brushing my teeth in the morning. I was drinking a glass of milk before I went to school. Don't ask me why. I used to love milk. But I would go to school and my breath would be stinking. But this is the thing though, right? So what would happen is, and it always happened in front of a female. Somebody will say a joke in front of a female. I'd be trying to talk. I'd be having a conversation with a female, right? And I know they hating dudes, man. I ain't, you know how they be. They see you talking to the female. They like, okay. Well, let me go crack on this dude. Let me go say some jokes about him. And there was a girl. I remember one time it was a girl I really liked. I was trying to get with, and like, bro came to me like, "Damn, your breath stink." I say, "Shit." A lot of times, right? We don't understand how that shit carries that. How that carries with us. When I was thinking about this story, I was thinking about I was thinking about pictures I've taken. And there was somebody else used to talk about my teeth too in middle school. So they're talking about my teeth, they're talking about my breath. And then and so we don't understand how that has carried with us later on in life. I look at my pictures that I've taken over the years. I never smiled. I never smiled inside of my pictures. Right? I think about the times where I didn't use my voice. I didn't speak up for myself. I think about how my self-esteem took a hit, how my confidence took a hit, how I started to care about what people think. Now in middle school, that wasn't the only bad thing that, you know what I'm saying, that caused that, but that definitely assisted in that, right? If you had to go through 2 years of life where you were caught saying that you had bad breath, people were talking about you, right? That gets carried with you. Think about the person that has had battles with their weight. I'm pretty sure it's a good chance it started at childhood. You were made fun of during middle school, elementary school, high school. People calling you all type of, you know what I'm saying, making all type of fat jokes, fat names. And now you get older and you're self-conscious about yourself. You don't want to wear certain clothes, right? You don't want to go to certain places. You go into the swimming pool, you don't, you know what I'm saying, big guy at the swimming pool wearing a shirt inside of the water because they done taken jokes. The jokes that they've taken. Some of us has to go back and a lot of us has to go back and deal with those things. We have to go back and heal those parts with us because that is our foundation. Probably the first 28 years of your life is when you absorb, probably the first 28 years of your life is when you absorb all that. That's helped form the first 20 years of your life. That's your growth and your development. Those are the things that are forming you. Those are the things that are helping you, that are shaping your beliefs about religion, about yourself, about your environment, about money. A lot of us need to heal parts from those first 28 years. I know I did. A year ago, I wouldn't be on live having this conversation if I didn't take that time to do the work I need to do on me. Right? Like I thought about that. I didn't smile on pictures. Then I thought about 7th and 8th grade, how people made fun of my teeth, people made fun of my breath, through the course of my life, I've always had trouble talking to females. That played a part in that. I was never the one to initiate that conversation. I used to wait for a female to talk to me. But it's things like that played a part. That made me second guess myself. That made me think less of myself. That made me highly critical of myself. That was part of my foundation. I had to go fix those cracks and heal those cracks. I'm trying to build something of everlasting value. If that foundation fucked up, I can't build it. It's going to fall over. Any little thing, a gust of wind, go knock it over. And we're trying to build something of everlasting value. We're trying to build something that can withstand the test of time like those pyramids. So, understand, today, it is going to be a hard working day. But understand that you're building something of everlasting value. Put that energy towards it. Don't doubt yourself. Yeah, it's going to be mentally challenging. Yeah, it may test your faith. It may test your strength. But you can handle it. You're built to handle it. It wouldn't have been given it to you. It wouldn't be given to you if you couldn't handle it. One of my favorite songs, Kirk Franklin. I'm spiritual, but I still listen to my gospel music. I ain't Christian no more, but I still listen to my gospel music. One of my favorite Kirk Franklin songs, More Than I Can Bear. It holds true. I hear it differently now, though. God not going to put more on you than you can bear. If you can't handle it, he wouldn't give it to you. But it's definitely going to require you to do that work to be able to handle it, though. A lot of times we feel like it's too much on us and we can't handle it. We're not built to handle it. But those are the times you say, well, who do I need to become to handle this shit then? Who do I need to become to handle this better? What parts of me do I need to work on that I can withstand this shit that I'm going through? Who do I need to surround myself with? Because a lot of times we surround ourselves with people that's not going to help us. That's not going to help us go through that shit. We're thinking they're being an asset, but they're really being a liability. So, again, my bad, man. I know I meant to get off here a couple minutes ago, but man, I just got to talking. But just understand, man, we are building something of everlasting value. And you have to have a strong foundation to do that. There's no getting away around that. You have to bring balance back into your life. You have to heal those parts of you that are damaged. You have to heal those cracks inside that foundation. Ain't no putting no band-aids on nothing. Ain't no just going to take no medicine that come with side effects. No. It's healing. You got to go to get to the root of the problem. To make sure that foundation, those cracks never come back. The shit that can used to throw you off, that can used to fuck with you, it can't fuck with you no more. You have to do the work. Had my grandfather not done that work, there's no telling if he would have been able to handle the things that he had to endure. I couldn't imagine getting conversations. I couldn't imagine getting a call from the jail. I couldn't imagine getting a call from prison saying my son is locked up. I couldn't imagine finding out that my son is addicted to drugs. Faith was tested. My grandfather never weathered. Never. He kept going. He put that weight on his back willingly. Shout out to my grandfather, man. The Reverend Raymond Pruitt. Shout out to him. But that's all I want to say, man. Today, foundation. Major foundation. Master builder energy. We building skyscrapers and pyramids, and they will stand the test of time. But it starts with the foundation. Don't worry about those appliances. Don't worry about the ceiling fan. Don't worry about the furniture that's going in there. Focus on the foundation. So that's my time, y'all. It's not my time, but I'm about to get off here. Readings. I'm doing readings today. In honor of the 22nd, I am doing readings today for $22. 30-minute readings for $22 today. Numerology reading. If you need that, I'm here. I got about another 30 minutes maybe. And you know what I'm saying? And I'll be taking sessions. You ain't gotta wait. If I'm not in a session right now, if I'm not in a session at that time, go ahead. Say, hey, I need a set. Shoot me a message, a DM. Say, hey, I want a session. Let's hop on a Zoom. You can get your 30-minute session. If you want it longer, that's another price. But y'all enjoy y'all day. Y'all have an amazing day. Remember, foundation building today. We are building foundations. Work hard. It's going to take hard work. But set boundaries. Take care of your mental health. Right? Make sure that as much attention that you're giving to the material aspects of life, you're also dedicating that same energy to the mental and to yourself spiritually. Take time to meditate. Take time to go within. Figure it out. Find out what it is that you really want. Not what other people want for you. Find out what it is that you really want, what your soul really wants. Because that's the only thing that matters. So, I appreciate y'all tuning in. Y'all have a blessed and amazing day filled with abundance, prosperity, love, and compassion, and understanding. Peace.